Oh, it's too bright, that sun. I'm going to have to move somewhere else. It's still too bright. Mm. Oh, really? There we go. Hello. Hi. I was recording then. Oh no. Hysterical. All right, that was me just finding a nice comfortable place out of the sun. Hi everybody. Welcome. So, this is Dr. Mary Barson from Real Life Medicine, officially starting this low carb in the leaves. Welcome. So, that was quite funny. Anywho, so today we are discussing, this week we're discussing common traps, tips and tricks as people transition to low carb real food and keep going with low carb real food. So yesterday I discussed the oh so common trap of perfectionism, all or nothing thinking that the first little stumble or slip up along the way we just throw in the towel. A really, really common one that can really, really get in your way. Today, I'll discuss another really common trap. Is this idea that I encounter a lot in the clinic and in the courses, is this idea that we don't have time to cook, that it's too hard to prepare real food because all of the easy meals are things like toasted sandwiches or pasta or Macca's drive-through things, and that preparing real food is like this is an insurmountable hurdle for lots of people. It is interesting. Often when I drive home from work, I drive past a McDonald's, and at this sort of rush hour, I can see all the cars backed up out of the drive-through. Is just that they actually like go straight through like an intersection. It's actually quite bad. And there's just people there waiting in their cars to get their super quick meal at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock at night. And I estimate, and I think it's probably true, that I can put a healthy real meal on the table in less time than those people are spending at the Macca's drive-through at a busy time. And I pride myself on having a large repertoire of meals that can be prepared in less than 10 minutes. Some of them even significantly less than 10 minutes. And the truth is, it doesn't have to be hard or complicated. It can be, if that's your bag and you like preparing multi-step meals, if you want to spend a lot of time putting pork rinds on and crumbing chicken, or you want to prepare elaborate curries, that's cool. You totally can do that, but you don't have to. The foundational skill that we teach for eating is building your plate. And we talk about picking a protein source, which is like the basis of your meal. Eggs, meat, fish, seafood. If you're vegetarian, it needs to be a little bit more thought out. Probably has to be some tofu or some tempeh. It could even be certain types of cheese like halloumi, that could be your protein source. That's like the basis of the meal, and then you add some vegetables or salad. Make sure there's enough fat in there to keep you full, 1 to 2 tablespoons, perhaps less. If you're not feeling hungry, perhaps more if it's the only meal you're eating that day, and spices. So there's pretty much, using that matrix, there's an infinite number of meals that you can prepare. the last 2 nights we've had 10-minute meals. I think 2 nights ago I had a burger patty with some cauliflower. Admittedly, you know, that's not the world's most extravagant meal, but it was really, really easy. I cooked the cauliflower in a steam pot in the microwave and I grilled the burger patty on the frying pan, and I ate it with some mustard and some homemade mayonnaise that I already had in the fridge, and I put a little bit of olive oil and salt on my cauliflower, and it was delicious, and it was like a 6-minute meal. I think last night I had a taco bowl with pre-prepared pulled chicken. I found one that does not have seed oils in it, and I just warmed up the pulled chicken in the microwave, sprinkled on some Mexican spices, and had some chopped up cucumber, capsicum, spinach leaves and salsa with it. So that was like about a 2-minute and 30-second meal, and it was really, really yummy. So it's this idea that we don't have time to prepare real food, I think, is a real trap. And that is one thing we have to unlearn, because it can be really, really easy. We've been sold this message, I reckon, that we don't have time to prepare real meals. I think, you know, you can buy frozen pizzas, you can get meal delivery services, you can buy diet shakes. There are all of these options out there to lose weight, to regain health, that don't involve just simply preparing your own food, your protein, veggies and salad with it. Make sure you got enough fat, spices, herbs and salt. I think that's an important thing to unlearn. So that is a common trap. Another one which is interesting is that I can't do this because I need to have, you know, chips and chocolate and biscuits and breakfast cereal for the other people in the house. You know, I'm not preparing 2 meals. I would certainly argue that most of the time you don't need to prepare 2 meals. That I think that it's safe for everybody in the family to eat real food, and indeed good for everyone in the family to eat real food. In my household, I live with 2 people. We're big on the real food philosophy, but the other 2, they're not low carb. They don't need to be. They're completely metabolically flexible. They don't have weight loss goals. They don't have metabolic disease. And so, but we basically eat the same food, but they would have some more carbs with their meal in terms of like good quality carbs. So sweet potato and potato usually. So we're not really preparing 2 meals. We just prepare some extra sweet potato and potato for the metabolically flexible, metabolically healthy members of the family. So, I like Melissa McGuinness, who says it has to look like real food, not have a picture of real food on the packet. That's right. I'd say that's a red flag. Any food that comes in a packet and has a picture of real food on it probably isn't real food. So, yep, I'm pretty confident last night that my meal was on the table and being enjoyed, and it was pretty tasty in less time than those poor souls going through the Macca's drive-through. Jackie says, my biggest downfall is being so exhausted after long, hard night shifts and being hungry but too tired to cook something. Yep. Bacon and eggs. Yes, I was going to say something like that. Totally. I still do on-call shifts and can be completely exhausted. And also I can just be tired out by life, working and parenting and all those sorts of things. So yeah, to have some super quick meals that you don't even have to think about is really good. Mine is, I often have leftover steamed veggies in the fridge. Not always, but I usually do. And I'll scramble some eggs. Eggs and broccoli I eat that quite frequently. That's another thing. It is okay to just eat similar meals, to just have a few meals on rotation. As long as they are healthy and that they're real food, it's fine. Dinner doesn't need to be the most exciting part of your day. I would say in general, food doesn't need to be the most exciting part of your day. And that is good to fill your life with other things that are more exciting than food. Having said that, I still enjoy food. I savour it. I love it. It's a wonderful way to nourish your body. But it's certainly not something I would spend all day thinking about. All right, so that's today's common trap. Unlearning this idea that we don't have time to cook, because we really, really do. We really do. Okay, see you later, lovely people. Sorry about my little weirdness in the morning. Got a little view of my garden. I hope you're all well, and I will continue these common traps and tips next or tomorrow. All right, see ya.